Hello everyone, today I'm trying to make the Sword of Guts in Berserk. Basically it's the sword that he has in the Golden Age arc, the second arc of Berserk, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I read it. It's the sword that he has before the Dragon Slayer. He kinda had 5 or 6 swords before it. And I love the design, especially since it's kind of always the same design, but there is a bit of a twist each time. As you can see right there, I'm trying to make the edge of the sword. It didn't really work as I intended. You're gonna see some mistake. I made the sword maybe in, I don't know, maybe 40 hours of designing. It was kind of my first real big project in Blender, and I had a lot of difficulty. I really only knew the basics of it. I followed some tutorial, made like a tutorial that was basically just a bedroom. So it wasn't really easy. There was a lot of things that I didn't know, and there is still a lot of things that I need to learn in Blender, but it's really the easiest way that I found for the moment to make my design and to 3D print them after it. You're gonna see the sword is already finished. I 3D printed it, just that I need to make the video. It's kind of the long part for me. Just doing a design is, I believe, way more fun than doing a video, but still something that I like, so I'm trying to make a bit more 3D print content. So you can see that the rough shape of the blade is finished, but right now I'm gonna try to make the pommel. No, it's not the pommel, it's the guard. Yes, my apology, English isn't my first language. So this was honestly the worst part. There was a lot of things that I didn't understand, and at the end you're going to see I wanted to bevel the entirety of the sword just so that I could fit a wooden dowel, and it just really didn't work. That there will not be the final design, but it was just quick, easy way to see the shape that I wanted to make. So the handle is very massive, as you will see. It was needed since the counterweight was non-existent. In a real sword, I could have made the pommel a bit heavier, but there was nothing that I could really do. I could have put metal in the pommel or something like that, but I didn't really wanted the project to cost too much money, so I keep it as simple as it could. Right there you can see it's the crease of the blade. On the design that I choose, it was the design with the 5 little sphere, well, half sphere, but I didn't knew how to do half sphere in Blender, so I just did the full sphere, and let's go. As you can see, it's kind of work. It's not that bad. It's a lot of my approach in Blender right now when I want to learn. It's just, is it working? Yes, then it's good enough. If it's not working, then I'm going on Google, seeing a lot of tutorial, trying to understand the problem. Now with AI, it's a bit more easier too. You can try to troubleshoot what I don't understand or why it doesn't work. A lot of time I believe it's my topology that was really bad, because I needed to do a lot of boolean and it just really didn't work. So now that the rough design is done, you're going to see a bit more of the real design right there. A bit far, but yes. So you can see that each part of the blade has some adjustments so that it can fit in the next one. That's the pommel. That's the part that's going into the pommel. As you can see, there is the 1-inch dowel that's going to go in the middle. So I made it in, I believe, 13, 14, yeah, a bit more, because that's lame is blade, but in French. So I had a lot of port, and I have the pommel, and I have the hill too. So in total, I believe it was 15 files that I needed to print, and you can see this is the dowels that gonna need to go from basically the hilt to, I believe, the approximately 3/4 of the blade, and the full length of the blade is approximately 6 feet. I wanted to do 8 at the beginning, but I realized it was a bit, well, yes, a bit too much, and that would be a bit extreme, and I wouldn't add any place to put it, and I was a bit worried that it would be a bit soft, and I was really thinking that each part wouldn't fit together. I'm printing on a Ender 3 V2, not the best printer, it can do the job, but it's really not a crazy printer that you can do anything you want, and it's not easy to work with, and it created a lot of problems. So now you can see that I'm going to try each piece. I was a bit lucky. I had a lot of time. Well, I put a lot of time in Blender. I didn't show you the parts since it was a bit boring, and as I said, I'm not the best in Blender, so I still need to train. I need to learn a lot of things so that it can be good. So I just wanted to be sure that each part was working. I put 3 wall line. The infill, honestly, it was a lot of plastic, it was a lot of PLA. I put really as little as I could. For the guard, I put a bit more, since it was really the piece that was going to have the EV traction, I would say. It was the masterpiece of the sword. I really needed it to work. As you can see, this is the piece that's going in the guard. So basically, it's really just because of the limitation of my 3D printer. I couldn't have. Well, if I was putting a longer piece, it was a bit hard for the printer, and I had a lot of failed print if they are too long. As you can see, each print is pretty much 6 to 10 hours. If I speed up the process a bit, it was more like, I would say 8 hours must have been the minimum for each part. And I had a bit of Z axis jumping, so that caused a lot of problem. But yes, I test each part before. I had to do a lot of topology repair. When I designed my piece, I didn't really realize that sometimes it wasn't good if you had the 2 faces, one on each other, that was a copy. So that caused a lot of problem on the other end. That was maybe 15 hours of cleanup, just taking back the piece and trying to find a problem.
It's way easier when you really don't know what you are doing or how Blender work. You just try thing, you put a square, you do your thing, and you're happy because your square is looking like a sword. But after, when you want to print it, you realize that nothing works and you need to almost start from scratch.
You're seeing the final design. If you are ever interested by a file, just comment on the video and I will be happy to give it to you. And for else, like and subscribe for the part 2